Hi scrapbookers, Megan here with another process layout. For this one I'm going to be scrapbooking this one picture and it is from Thanksgiving Day and it's after the meal. And I used that chevron, the yellow chevron paper. It was actually a pattern I got from the Silhouette online store. So I just printed out on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and I trimmed it down. And I'm going to use the whole sheet of paper. I really liked it, and so I wanted to emphasize the pattern, and I just thought it was really awesome that I got it from the Silhouette store. And I had this blue and green, this light blue and light green paper, and it was just a scrap, and it just fit perfectly right there. And so I put that down, and then I put the chevron paper on top. And I am just putting the glue, blah, 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 sorry. I put the glue squares on my photo and then I was like, well, that's going to look really bare. And so I decided that I wanted to do a bunch of layering. So I had this sheet of blue, kind of turquoise-ish glitter paper, and I decided to use that. So I'm going to put it down there in the bottom left-hand corner, and then I'm going to cut it off with my scissors, and I'm going to put the rest of it up at the top right. But apparently I'm not going to do that right away though. I had this other blue striped paper that I put there on the top left. And I'm just randomly putting some extra glue on here since I already had glue on part of the photo. So that's why I'm not gluing the whole cardstock on there. It's because some of it already has glue on it. And I pull out my yellow and orange scrap pieces of paper, and I'm trying to use up this odd shaped end that I have there, but it's just not going to work. So I turn it over and I decide to just cut out I'm going to go with that side and I'm going to just cut out the orange part. And then I just cut using my scissors, and that piece works out perfect for what I wanted. And I pull out these doilies that I made on my Silhouette cameo, and I'm thinking that I'm going to put one right there. And I'm just cleaning off the little bits and pieces that are stuck on it. So I measure where I want it to be cut, and then I decide to place the bottom part that I cut off down there at the bottom. And so I glue that down. And since I use normal paper for these on my Silhouette, then I could use the squares and they wouldn't be seen, as well as if I had just used a doily from the store that you can buy, made out of doily paper. I have no idea what kind of paper they use to cut doilies. But anyway, that's one kind of nice thing about cutting them out yourself using, the Silhouette or, whatever kind of, if you have a die or something like that. So now I'm just going to put down that whole layered piece with my photo on it. And here is where I decide it's looking kind of bare up there in the right hand corner. And so I pull out, I guess there was this even smaller piece that was from the blue glitter paper. And so I just put that right there. And then I'm trying to think about what else I can do to add to this layout. I pull out these printables that I got from the Silhouette online store, and I had printed them and cut them out like a while before I made this page, just so that I could refer back to them if I was, needing some printables or something. And so I'm just kind of playing around, placing them around the page and trying to figure out what would look good. And I really like the geotag, but I decide there was a white one with a blue geotag and then a kind of like a brownish, I think is what it is, and I end up using that brown one. And then I had the outsides of the circles that I cut out by hand, and I thought maybe I would use those. And so I'm just trying to place them on there and figure out how they would look good with that geotag circle. So I've kind of decided on that. And now I'm just kind of fussing and trying to cut the edge off a little bit more on that geotag. And here I am, I'm thinking, oh, I don't really like the way that those circles look. And so I'm trying to come up with a different embellishment, trying to make my own. And so I thought, well, maybe I could just do a tag coming out the side of it, but it didn't really look that great. And so I put it on the other side and I decided to cut it into a banner shape. And I liked the banner shape. I didn't really like having it to this coming out the side. So I decided to cut the other one that was about the same size into a banner shape and put them both hanging down, kind of like a medal. And then I pull out this blue paper again, and I'm just going to cut another banner shape out of it. And I really like how that turned out. It turned out really cute. And so I just glue all those together, and it takes a few minutes to do. And just kind of situate them how they, in a way that makes me happy. So I believe, I've said this before, I know I've said it before, that I am such a perfectionist. I hardly ever do a page that is askew or, you know, not perfect. And I decided I wanted to pop up the geotag circle, so I put on a few of these pop dots. And now I'm just kind of cleaning up a little bit. And I step away to get the alpha for the title. And so I'm thinking that these Amy Tangerine thickers will work really well with the colors. And then I pull out two other blues and then one gray. And I have my phone there because I asked Siri to look up how to spell tryptophan because I had no idea how to spell it. So I start spelling it out with these Amy Tangerine letters. And I had to keep asking her because my phone would go to sleep and it would erase, you know, what I had done. So I had to ask her about 2 or 3 times, I think. Uh-oh, I think my 3-year-old is awake and we still have about 10 more minutes. Today has not been an easy day for him, the poor kid. It was the first t-ball game and I forgot his shirt at home and I forgot to buy him a new mitt. So he went without a shirt and without a mitt. So, I mean, he did have a shirt on. It just wasn't the same shirt as everybody else, which was kind of nice for me taking pictures because I could spot my son easily and I can say, hey, he's the only one wearing orange. But he was kind of upset at me for doing that and I felt really bad. If it had only been his game, then it would have been, you know, easy to remember, but his brother, his older brother had a game before his, and so we were rushing out the door to get to his game, and I had to bring snacks and all of this stuff, and in the process I forgot to get Tinian's shirt for him. So here I am, I have the title all out, and I am trying to figure out where I want to place it on the layout. And I pull out some washi tape to kind of give the title a place to sit so it's not just floating there. And I decide on this green washi tape, and it's kind of got a floral print on it. And I just liked the way that it looked with the blue and the oranges. So I take it off of the wax paper and I place it down on the layout. Excuse me. And it takes me a couple times to get it right with that. I told you I'm such a perfectionist. Sorry, I suddenly got the hiccups. And so now I'm just trying to figure out where exactly I want to place all of these letters. And I decide to place them up a little bit higher just so they'll be closer together. So sets in is going to be right on top of the washi tape, and then tryptophan is going to be above the washi tape. I'm just going to ignore Tinian because I really want to get this done. He's fine. He gets really upset sometimes when he wakes up from his nap. I don't know if it's because he doesn't want to wake up, but he is awake or something. I don't know. He often cries when he wakes up. Brennan was the exact same way. They just get upset when they wake up. It's kind of funny. Okay, so I had to take off SET for the part of sets just so that I could place tryptophan, and then I'll put SET back in a place where it fits better because tryptophan was hitting some of the letters. So that's why I moved those off. And then I move over the word in, and the title is done. And now I'm thinking that I need some green somewhere else in the layout just to match the washi tape. So I pull out a green scrap and I decide to put it right there in that layer of papers. And I kind of apparently have a little thinking time here going on, wondering if this is really, really where I want to put it. And I decide that yes, this is where I want to put it, but I cut it down and then it fits right there. I think it's funny that I put my scissors there as a placeholder, probably because the tape was still sticking and I didn't want it to keep sticking. So I put the adhesive on here and I stick down the green, but then I'm like, well, I didn't really like it that way. And so here I put the blue back and I still really don't like it. And so I decide that I am just going to cut off part of the green part so that it doesn't hang over that or the pattern paper so much, the yellow pattern paper. And now I'm just putting more adhesive down just to make sure that everything stays, since I was kind of playing with it for so long, and I like how that looks. And now I am just trying to figure out some more layering and embellishing that I can do to this layout. And I'm thinking that I'll put that green piece of paper there. And so I glue that down, which is kind of funny because as I'm looking at my layout right now, I'm like, I don't leave that there, and I do. It's just a very small sliver that you can see at the end. And here I decide to pull out some of these print and cuts again, and I really like this chevron one with the chevron circle. It's got a chevron blue, light blue strip in it. Sorry, apparently I can't talk right now. So I glue that down, and I'm thinking maybe I'll use some of these chipboard embellishments or badges, and then I pull out these wood veneers. And I really like the stars, so I pull out that star and that one goes there. And I'm still thinking over there in that embellishment that I'm working with right now, it needs more, and it needs to kind of match a little bit more. So I pull out the green washi tape and I place it down where that circle is going to go. So I pull the circle off, and then I put the washi tape down and tuck it around the back. Sometimes I do that and sometimes I don't. It just kind of depends. And then I put the circle back down, and now I'm thinking that I don't really like that gold and pink star, so I put another wood veneer star up there. And I'm off to the left looking at my embellishment drawer. I'm playing around with that chipboard gold and pink star piece, and I eventually decide to just put it away. But I guess it takes me a while to do that. I pulled out a bigger one of those wood veneers, but I decide I like the little one better. Sorry, I just needed to yawn. I am really tired. I've been staying up too late lately. And Tinian also wakes up at least 2 or 3 times a night. I don't know what is going on with him. So now I'm just going to glue these wood veneer stars down, and then I'm just going to kind of have a look over my layout and do a couple more things, but not too much. I don't hear Tinian crying anymore, so maybe he fell back asleep, which is really good because when he takes short naps, because he's only been asleep for maybe 40 minutes, he is such a crabber. Okay, now I'm off getting my mists, and I am going to, yeah, I did grab my mists. Okay, that's what I thought. So I'm just going to splatter a little bit on the page, and I think that's the only one I use. Maybe not. No, I guess I grabbed the pink too. Yeah, there we go. So I grabbed the pink, and both of these are Mr. Huey's. And I'm still learning how to do the spraying because I'm not very good at it. But anyway, thanks for watching my video. Here are some close-ups of the layout, and I hope we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.